We've seen some scorching temperatures in recent weeks, but it's nothing in comparison to a brutal heat wave that hit West Michigan nearly 9 decades ago. Bill Steffen joins us from his man cave. And Bill, the second week of July is the anniversary of the hottest day and the hottest week that West Michigan has ever had. Tell us about that.
It was an incredible week here in West Michigan. And you know how hot it's been here this summer. We've had some hot days. Warmest temperature we've had in Grand Rapids this summer is 91. Can you imagine the temperature reaching 108 degrees in Grand Rapids? That's what it did back on July 13th in 1936. Let's take a look at some of the temperatures that we had here that week. And I tell you what, this was an extraordinary heat wave. We've got the high temperatures in the dark blue right there, and then to the right of those, the low temperatures. First, let's take a look at the highs. Temperature 98 on July 7th, and then 101, 101, 102, 99, 106, and 108 on successive days. And look at the low temperatures. It never really cooled off at night. Look at those low temperatures. We had 4 nights there and never got below the upper 70s. Can you imagine the brick buildings and how they would store the heat from the day with the sunshiny skies that we would have? Even at the lakeshore, some temperatures reached 90 degrees. And there wasn't much wind on some of these days, too, so that made it even hotter. Now, this is Grand Rapids. Take a look at what happened in Kalamazoo back in July of 1936. We had 7 days in a row there with the temperature 100 or better. Low temperatures were in the upper 60s, low 70s, but look at those incredible hot days. Down on the bottom, July 13th in Kalamazoo Portage, 109 degrees. That's 19 degrees hotter than 90. So that would really feel incredibly uncomfortable. And take a look at some of the temperatures that we had around West Michigan that day. We had readings as high as 111 in Newaygo. That's down by the river, so you're getting a little bit of downslope there. But boy, I tell you, look at some of the other readings. 109 at Hastings. We had 109 there in Kalamazoo. Even at Hart in Oceana County, that's not too far away from Lake Michigan, the temperature soared to 104 degrees that day.
Wow, Bill, that is really hard to imagine. And it wasn't just West Michigan that felt the hot air. It was the entire state. Everyone was suffering, huh?
Boy, it certainly was the entire state and the entire region across the area as well. Let's take a look at some of those temperatures here across the state and region. Temperature down in Collegeville, Indiana, I believe that's Purdue at 116 degrees. Rockford, Illinois at 112. Wisconsin Dells, some of you may have vacationed there at 114. The heat was just widespread across most of the country. You can see readings topped 106 there over in New York City, 111 at Phoenixville in Pennsylvania, 112 at Martinsburg, West Virginia. And the heat expanded off to the west, too. Now, look in Michigan. Hottest temperature we had during that stretch in the state of Michigan was 112 at Mayo. And we've never topped that anywhere in the state anytime since. So this was an incredible heat wave.
What a year. It sounds like the entire year of 1936 was a year of extreme weather. Is that right?
Boy, it's certainly true. Here in Grand Rapids, we had a very cold and snowy winter. We had 76 inches of snow, and they measured it not quite as well as we do here today. But that was certainly an issue. I think from the first 3 weeks of February, we never got warmer than 28, and temperatures a couple of nights were down around 10 to 15 below zero here. Much of the country was very cold, especially the plain states as well. There are 2 states that had both their hottest temperature ever and their coldest temperature ever in the same year. That was South Dakota and North Dakota. I'll pick North Dakota. The town of Steele reached 121 degrees back in the second week of July in 1936. In the winter, winter before, the temperature was as cold as 60 below zero at the town of Parshall. So that gave a spread of 181 degrees. How many places in the world could boast that? The heat extended all the way into the Rockies, and in fact, all the way to Idaho and Montana. We were setting record high temperatures. Those were the Dust Bowl years when we had very little rain. Here in Grand Rapids, by the way, we had 1.5 inches of rain over a period of about 2.5 months. So just like this year, we had very dry and very hot conditions. But this was a year we had very deadly tornadoes across the area. Supposedly as many as 5,000 people died during this heat wave, heat exhaustion, and also sunstroke. And also we had a big hurricane season as well. So if you're looking for extreme weather, pick out 1936.
1936, the year of extremes. Bill Steffen from the Man Cave, thank you so much for sharing it all with us.
Thank you very much. And my cat says hi. She's sleeping upstairs.